Ahava and blessings. Welcome to this episode of Hold the Shehina. This podcast is here to support and align us with the highest frequencies of unconditional love, to support us in this ascension journey, in embodying, integrating, activating our divine essence, our soul, the light that we are. I am your host. My name is Aurea. I am an ordained Magdalene priestess, Reiki master, energy and sound healer. And I am your host on this journey. So welcome in. I had a little bit of a hiatus for a week as I was traveling. And this episode is very near and dear to my heart as we are in the midst of a very powerful, it's a powerful alignment of the sun and the star system of the Pleiades, and we've been experiencing some major solar flares, which means the Earth is being bathed in cosmic high-frequency energies. Now, these energies will have an effect on our physical body simply because we are energy. I know that sometimes we may fall into the illusion and the trap that we are just simply physical beings and that the cosmos and things outside of our control don't affect us. However, they do. So it's very important to understand what is going on in the cosmic dimensions. And even more important is to be fully aware of what's going on in your body, of how you're feeling, whether you're sleeping well or not. What are these frequencies? What are these changes that are happening on Earth? How are they affecting you, your body, your vessel, and your evolution and expansion as a soul? So a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 now, I spoke about the Pleiades and the Hathors and their connection, the 7 sisters, the connections with the different ancient civilizations that were part of the Earth. Because the sun and the Pleiades are in alignment, the Pleiades are a constellation located in the Taurus constellation. It is a constellation that has a lot to do with the Earth. Why does it have a lot to do with the Earth? Well, the Earth, humanity, was seeded by many civilizations that are far more advanced than us. Now, some beings are not of the polarity of higher frequencies. They are not in service to soul and to the divine. They are more in service to self and the ego. And they have been manipulating us through various tactics, a lot of them fear-based tactics that have created in us a reliance on those energies. However, we really are at a point in time where we are coming back into remembrance, into our truth. We are remembering who we are. We are remembering that our lineage, our soul's lineage, is far more ancient, that this earth is far more ancient than we've been led to believe. And the Pleiades are one of the civilizations that are in service to the collective, to the divine. And they're one of the civilizations that is interlinked with us because they birthed us. They supported us in our evolution and in the birthing of humanity here on Earth. So it is, they are higher dimensional, higher frequency, energetic light beings that are guiding us and supporting us if we ask, because again, they will help us to the extent that they can without changing the trajectory of our evolution, because they want us to be self-reliant and completely empowered, which is, interestingly, the very opposite of the beings that are in service to the ego, in service to the self. Those beings or people influenced by those lower frequencies, they want you to rely on them. They want you to need them. They want you to be afraid. And they'll use various manipulative tactics to make you think you're empowered. But in essence, you're just giving your energy away to those frequencies and to those beings. So it's very important to cultivate self-awareness and to cultivate wisdom and discernment. Now, wisdom is a sephirot on the tree of life. It is opposite the bina, which is understanding. And understanding is the way that we can interpret the wisdom and the downloads that we receive and allow them to align with the whole, with the soul, with service to the divine. And you may think that, well, service to the divine is also giving your power away to the divine. However, the service to the divine that I speak of is understanding that you are already a part of that divine frequency. So in essence, you're not giving your power away to something that is outside of you and something that is not you. You are simply remembering and coming back to your awareness of your center and of your truth and of the fact that you are infinite source, God, goddess, Allah, divine consciousness, expressing itself momentarily as this human form. And the moment that we can embody, integrate, and understand that we are a vessel for the divine frequencies of creation to flow through, the more that we can harmonize our life with the light. We can harmonize our life in the direction of the manifestation on the physical realms of our soul's desires, of the mission and the purpose of creation that we came here to serve. So the Pleiades, and by serve I mean give. That's the visual I had as I said serve. It's like we're serving the dish, and the dish is you in complete and total sovereignty, empowerment, and alignment with your soul. You as you embodying and radiating your own unique cosmic frequency. This is beautiful and very timely because there are two alignments between the Pleiades and the Earth. One happens in May, and it happens from around May 15th through May, I want to say 26th. Like I've seen 24, I've seen 25, but I just feel it's 26. So during this time, and remember, portals, we usually have a few days of wiggle room before and after we enter a portal. And a portal is simply an opening to receive particular frequencies. So if we are in the portal of Taurus, the solar portal of Taurus, for the entire month that the sun is in the sign of Taurus, we're going to be working with those frequencies. Now, I also work with the frequencies of the moon. So when the moon, the lunar cycle, is in Taurus, that entire lunar month from new moon to the next new moon, you are working with the frequencies of Taurus as well. So it's a deeper, more layered, more nuanced experience and way of experiencing life. and way of understanding our own humanity and how we express in this human life. So there are two alignments. So one is in May and the other one is in the portal of Scorpio. So it's in November. Now the portal in Scorpio has more to do with starseeds, Pleiadean starseeds that have karma they have to work through from their lifetimes in the Pleiades. The portal in May has to do with those of us that have integrated and healed our lifetimes and our lessons from our lifetimes in the Pleiades. And I've aligned with both. The way I really see it is that the May portal is the portal of seeding, and the portal in November is the portal of completion. So it's the portal of the fruition of whatever it is that you're seeding during this time of May. So it's like the new moon and the full moon. And it also makes sense that it is seen as it's more aligned, the portal in Scorpio is more aligned with those that still have karma to work through from the lifetimes of the Pleiades, because you're bringing to completion the lessons that you have yet to master. And I'm just going to let that breathe for a minute. That is simply what karma is. Karma is neither good nor bad. It is simply an action. That's all it needs. It's action. Now, we may have taken very good actions and be reaping the benefits of those good actions, and we may have taken a few detours and maybe made some not so conscientious decisions. And it's time for us to integrate those lessons. And a lot of people think that you do that by doing shadow work. And while in some ways looking at the things that are not so positive about you is a good thing, to focus on them serves to expand them. Anything that we give our attention to expands. So I've come to the realization that when you're focusing on your shadow, all you're doing is feeding the shadow. So how do I embody and share about how to work through your karmas, your traumas, your stuff that is still unresolved and still plaguing your existence with not so beneficial and rewarding outcomes? I encourage you to align with your light, align with your truth, bring in more of that infinite essence that you are. And to do this, it's important to be very mindful of your physical vessel. Your physicality is the vessel that you chose to express the gifts of creation through your actions, through your words, through your thoughts. Now, when we are simply living without awareness of our infinite selves, and without purifying the stuff we've created and the stuff that is within us simply because we were born in this world of duality, what we do is we create from the places of our hurt, our wounds, our traumas, the lifetimes that we've lived, and the lineage that we hold on to from our family. So in order to transmute and alchemize these lower frequencies, these frequencies that keep us stuck in what in Buddhist terms would be called the four lower worlds, which would basically be lower frequencies, lower dimensional frequencies, or what in the Kabbalah would be keeping us in the lower part of the tree of life, as opposed to embodying the higher three sephirots. we must purify, we must become self-aware enough, develop and cultivate the wisdom and discernment to know when we are aligning with the light and when we are being led astray. Now, I will say this simply because it's been something that came up in a couple of couple of conversations I've had with some very dear friends, and one of them was one of my teachers. And out of the 3 teachers I had during this facilitator teacher training that I was a part of, this was maybe 6 years ago now, I only recently, and by recently I mean last week, found out that one of the teachers, in air quotes, never took a training, never really knew anything to teach, never cultivated the wisdom to be able to share and transmit higher knowledge. So there are people in this world who call themselves teachers and who on the surface seem to say the right things. They portray themselves in the right way. However, they're not. They're not in alignment with their truth. They're not in alignment with the light. They're in service to self and to the money that they can make. And there's nothing wrong with money, with the resources. However, if you're supposed to be teaching someone or people about embodying their higher self, and you're supposed to be, and you say, it's not supposed to be, you say that you are supporting people in their awakening, you are healing them, or you are empowering them to heal themselves, are you making them self-dependent on you, or are you making them independent? And my goal has always been basically to put myself out of business as an energy healer. My goal is to empower my students to be able to recognize and utilize and be confident in their own wisdom and discernment in order to take action that is in alignment with their soul, with their light, with their fullest expression. So I share this because during these portals, particularly when we are being bombarded with incredible light from the celestial realms, from the sun, we have the opportunity to either seek the truth and align with the light, align with our soul, align with the divine, or we can just allow ourselves to be led by the nose simply because we don't want to take responsibility for ourselves, for our light, for our actions. We want to basically pass the buck and place the blame on something or someone else. We want to continue telling the same stories because those same stories, maybe they get us sympathy or they get us some kind of benefit that we think is a benefit. But in essence, we are stunting our own growth and keeping ourselves from evolving and fully embodying our light. So at first when I heard that this person basically, I think all she took was like a couple of Reiki courses, I was like, wait a second. So part of my training was bullshit. And I started getting in my ego about it. And then after a few minutes, it hit me. It's like, no, this was simply to show you why you never, there were certain things that I just wasn't a part of as we evolved beyond that container of that training. And I was able to see all of the ways that I was being protected and actually guided to exactly where I needed to be, to the teachers that I have now. And the one teacher, dear friend now, she is just constantly showing me what it is like to live your spirituality. And my other teacher and sister and friend is also doing that. So when you open yourself to receive and to truly align with your soul, you will be guided to the right teachers, and you will be protected from those that are not in your highest good. Now, you can say that, hey, Aurea, maybe you weren't protected because you still encountered this one teacher. But that's what dovetails into the karma, the supposed negative karma. Because I was able to observe and to hang back and just see what would be revealed, what is the lesson in this situation, I was able to be protected from going down rabbit holes that would have would have truncated my evolution. So during these portals, what you wish to align with is the truth that exists within you. And this is what Yeshua and Mary Magdalene taught as well. They taught how to embody your infinite self, how to embody the higher frequencies and live as the divine human on earth. It wasn't about escaping the body. Many of the teachings have been mistranslated, so we think it's, the body is sinful, the body is dirty. No, the body is a vessel. Because the body has been born in the world of duality, the body must be purified. It's not because there's anything wrong with the body. It's simply because we want to make the vessel pristine, to hold and generate and embody even more cosmic celestial light frequencies. I hope that I'm explaining that correctly, because I see it in my head and I'm receiving it, and I'm hoping that my words are doing justice. The frequency of my sound is doing justice to the teaching of this Pleiadian portal. The Pleiadian portal is about integration. It is about love. It is about harmony. It is about opening the heart. And so many of us live our lives with a closed heart because we've been hurt, because we've been taught that it's not safe to be open. But we cannot receive if we are closed. So ultimately, we must choose. Either we will break ourselves open to embody the full and radiant light, purify the vessel, so we can embody more light and generate more light. Or we're simply going to repeat the same cycles and the same patterns. The choice, just like the Pleiadians teach us through their example, is ours. It's our responsibility. It's our opportunity. It's no one else's. It's no one else's decision but ours. This is a healing portal, and we're also in the lunar cycle of Iyar, which is Taurus, and this is the time for great healing, for opening of the heart, for being mindful with our words and the way that we express, for aligning with our truth and our soul and our heart, and for choosing to radiate our light. The Pleiades is also associated with the 7 Hathors. The 7 Hathors are 7 healing frequencies. They heal through light and through sound. Because sound, the vibration of sound, is what brings into the material the non-physical. It is sound that amplifies and incarnates the unseen into the seen. So it's a very powerful time to work with sound frequency, to work with getting to know your own unique frequency. Each being has their own unique harmony that is only theirs, that they chose to embody in order to facilitate the expansion of their soul, of their light. So during this time, a couple of things you can do. Connect with the earth. Sun gaze in the early morning or around sunset. Ground, like bare feet on the earth. Go to the beach. Connect with the waves and the water, the sand. Eat nourishing foods. Really take stock of where your body is at. What is it that you need? Connect with your body. It is a time to open the heart, so whatever we can do to open our heart, to heal old griefs, old wounds, old patterns, old hurts, to let them go. It is a great time to heal lineage. So during this portal, something very interesting happened to me. Well, a couple of things. As we're coming into this portal, I co-facilitated a retreat, an international retreat in Avalon, which I wasn't expecting to do. And then the news of the sale of my grandmother's old house in Lima came through, and I was being asked if I knew about it. And I realized I still had a lot of algebra towards certain members in the family who pretty much stole certain land that was, my grandmother had basically said, I want this for this purpose for these people. But as I did my own healing and my own work, as I continued to do my own work, my own introspection and my own practices, and delve deeper into the mysteries and work with the Aramaic and do all of the witchy, metaphysical, energy healing, sound healing things that I do, I was able to let that go. And I was able to let it go to the point that I even had a dream where my beloved, my husband-to-be, and I were talking about where we were going to invest our resources to create a home. And I said, this place is not for us, meaning Peru. You know, it's complete. This is not a good place to invest our resources. And I woke up and I was like, and there was a black cat in the dream. There was a whole bunch of other stuff in the dream. But what I took away from it upon meditating and reflecting upon it was that we were done. We were complete. There's nothing there for me. There might be a few straggler family members, but are they really family? Because we have to remember, family is not just blood. Family is people that have spent the time to continue to be invested in your life, and you're invested in theirs. So we need to understand that as much as we may send love to family members that we're not in touch with, which is a wonderful thing to do, there's no reason to involve ourselves where the energetic outcome would be detrimental to us, to our evolution. It's something that we must be mindful in all things, particularly during this portal. Are we investing our energy in a place where it is beneficial not only to ourself, but to the collective? And that is the path of the priestess, of the holy man, woman. It's not about doing the healing for you. Yes, we do the healing for us. At least we're supposed to. It's something far deeper. When we heal ourselves, we must understand that we are connected and one with all that is. So we are actually being in service to everyone and everything around us. We are in service to the earth. We're in service to celestial realms. We're in service to humanity, our fellow brothers and sisters. We're in service through our actions as a priest, priestess. So I take my responsibility as a priestess very seriously, because my words, they have an impact. They're creating. My presence shifts dynamics. I can choose to embody and radiate and encourage more light, or I can choose to destroy and create chaos and disharmony with my words, with my interactions. And it's a personal responsibility that I've taken on, and not everyone, whether you're on your healing journey or not everyone is cut out for this path, because it may not be your path this lifetime, and that's okay. Because that is in essence the path of a healer and a priest, priestess, holy man, holy woman. It is to be in service and to allow people to either come to their own awakenings in their own time, seek out the healing and the wisdom that they need, or not. And one must cultivate that level of neutrality and non-judgment and just love for everyone, everything, every circumstance, every encounter. Just embody and radiate Ahava, love in service, love in action. And so the Pleiadean portal is all about this love, this unconditional love, this heart opening, this healing, this aligning with your light, your mission, your soul, this understanding that we are infinite beings. We are this infinite oneness. And the more we connect to that, the more that we bring in and embody and radiate more light. So enjoy this portal. This is a very powerful and healing and beautiful portal to be a part of, to consciously go into. You can meditate, you can call in the Pleiadian frequencies of the highest light. So just envision yourself connecting with it's like an aqua blue energy, like an icy aqua blue. And envision connecting and bringing that Pleiadian light frequency into your heart. I want to say it also has to do with the blue rose, and the blue rose is associated with Sarat Tamar, she's the frequency that is the merging of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. So she is the divine child of divine union of these two amazing ascended masters. And as I mentioned them, it's 3333. So it's the numbers of the ascended masters. So enjoy this portal. Stay tuned for the sound activation that's going to connect us with the Pleiades and the different, I'm going to focus on 2 star systems. Well, it's 2 stars in the Pleiades constellation, and I will explain what they do. And if you would like to learn more and be initiated into the mysteries of sound, this is a sound healing training. It's going to be very powerful, and I will be doing it bilingual because we receive codes from different languages. So it's very important that I do this. And it is the Crystalline Sound Alchemy Sound Healing Training. And you can visit the link in my bio and the link in the show notes to learn more and register. We are starting on Monday. So exciting. Have a blessed day of the goddess. bless you and all your loved ones. Ahava.